if you're having a bad day. It can't be worse than this. I always had arguments with my dad to the point that I wouldn't speak with him for months so that I won't upset him. But one day we had a very big argument, and he hit me in my nose with his head, and I started bleeding. I rushed to the bathroom and washed myself, and of course he was still screaming. I washed my face, but there was still much blood on my shirt. I was so angry and helpless. I left the house and swore I would never come back. I went out for a walk and wandered the streets till I reached an empty yet suspicious street, and it was 3 a.m. I found a place like a small shop but abandoned and without a door. There was a table and some broken glass. At that time, I was 15 years old and I was doing self-harm, so I grabbed a piece of glass and stood behind the table and started cutting my arm. And I didn't see anyone at the time. I thought I was totally alone. After I did this stupid thing, I sat under the table crying my eyes out. After a while I stood up and started walking again. What I didn't know of is that there was someone who saw me harming myself and thought that I was taking a drug injection because it was really dark and drug injections are a thing in Egypt. And that guy called his friends. I was confused at the time and didn't understand anything. They pinned me down, kept insulting me and making fun of me and asking me what were you hitting, you son of a bitch. I was frozen and helpless, and of course I stayed silent. I wouldn't tell them I was cutting myself with a piece of glass, but I told them that it wasn't an injection. They stole my AirPods and wanted to steal my money, but I didn't have any money, and there was still blood on my t-shirt, but it was dark and none of them saw it because I covered it. I ran home and fell asleep trying to forget the shit that just happened. It was very late and everyone in my family was already asleep and no one asked at me. I stopped self-harming, so no worries.